Do you want to know what the most important step is prior to doing a lawn leveling project? Well, stick around and I'll let you know what I think it should be. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Launch Our channel. So today we are going to do one of the things that I think is probably the most important step prior to doing a lawn leveling project. As you guys know, last year at the end of summer, I put down this Bermuda lawn behind me, and this year I'm going to be doing quite a bit of leveling. Now, the good news for this particular lawn is that when I put the sod in, the sod came in at a very consistent thickness, which means that I didn't have to do much leveling from there. Also, I did quite a bit of prep prior to putting down the sod and made sure that it was as level as possible. But like anybody else's lawn, there is going to be quite a bit of settling when we're talking about topsoil. And so I'm going to be doing quite a bit of sand leveling. It's not one of those things that I'm going to do this year and then never do again. I'll probably do it at least once a year. Maybe not quite to the extent that I'm going to be doing this year, but every year we should be putting down at least a little bit of sand to make sure that everything stays nice and level. And also because I like to add compost into my yard, which means that that's going to settle quite a bit. And so the sand will help offset some of that settling and make sure that we stay nice and even. That brings me to what I think is probably the most important step prior to doing the sand leveling, and that is to make sure that you get your top growth going in your lawn. When I put down the sand, it's pretty much going to look pretty close to a beach. I mean, that's the best way to explain it. Is I'm going to have enough sand out here that it will cover all of the Bermuda, and so because of that, we want to make sure that the lawn is recovering as fast as possible. So we want that top growth to just be moving up as fast as possible. And so for me, one of the things that I like to do is to put down quite a bit of nitrogen. This year, what I have chosen to use is this double dark back here that I got from Yard Mastery. The double dark is pretty much a 1600, which means that it's 16% nitrogen. There's no potassium and there is no phosphorus in this because I really don't need it. I don't really care about what's going on underneath as far as growth, especially this time of the year. But I do want that top growth to be moving up so that it can move through the sand as fast as possible. The other thing that this has is quite a bit of iron. We were talking about 6% iron, which is very good for getting that nice dark green. Now with Bermuda, one of the complaints that some people may have with Bermuda, I don't really see it, but it tends to be a little bit of a lighter green. Well, this is going to help you get that nice dark rich green in the lawn, as well as with the nitrogen, of course, it's going to get you that top growth. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm doing the granular version of fertilizer this time, and the reason why is because we're getting quite a bit of rain, and so I don't have to worry as much about doing something with liquid, and our temperatures are finally down. I should have been doing this a couple weeks ago, but I just couldn't get to it. I mean, we have gotten so much rain, and before that it was super hot, and so we're finally at a place where we can put down fertilizer, and because we're getting rain this afternoon, I'm trying to beat the rain, get this stuff down, and then if it doesn't rain, then I can at least water it in. And so that'll get us ready for the next few days. I can start thinking about getting sand. We have lots of rain in the forecast over the next couple weeks, so the sand leveling probably won't happen right away. So this will give the nitrogen time to kick in the lawn, and then by the time we're ready, we should be in really good shape. As you guys know, I have my Spyker spreader. Unfortunately, with a lot of these products, is no matter where you get the product, doesn't matter whether it's Yard Master, Home Depot, or whatever, they don't really have the settings for this particular spreader, and so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of playing around and figure out what I'm gonna be doing. But I should be in pretty good shape. And then I'll also be putting this down in the back. In the back, I'm less concerned because I have the fescue. It's kind of gone dormant. It's a little brown. And so I just want to make sure that it maintains and doesn't die. But I will be putting down some of this nitrogen back there just to continue that growth. But I'm less concerned with the back right now. We'll worry about that in a few months when we get to the fall. But for now, let's get this going so that we can take advantage of this growing season for Bermuda. This is the absolute best time for you to be thinking about leveling because this is when the Bermuda is really kicking in. So with that, let's get it down. Alright folks, that's pretty much it. As you know, I've been putting down this nitrogen for a couple different reasons. Number one, it's just time to get some nitrogen in the lawn. It's been about 6 weeks since my last application, so it's time to get it in there. But number two, it's also time for our sand leveling project, which means that we want to get that top growth starting to go up so that we have really effective recovery once we get all that sand down on this lawn. So those are the two big things. A couple things to keep in mind is you want to make sure that you get all of this watered in. Make sure you turn on your sprinklers. Make sure that you're getting some rain pretty quickly. I actually have rain in the forecast, so we should be getting rain here pretty soon. But if we don't, I will definitely be turning on the irrigation. Also, number two, you want to make sure that you get your blower out and push all of this stuff back into your grass. You do not want this sitting on your concrete. We have aggregate for our sidewalk and for our driveway, so I'm less concerned. But if you have straight concrete, the iron in this product will stain your concrete, so you want to make sure you get all of that off of your driveways and your sidewalks and push that back into your lawn. Also, you don't want to let any of that product go to waste. And you also don't want it running off into the streams because there's no point in putting more stuff into our natural waterways. So those are the things I wanted you guys to keep in mind. Make sure you get water, make sure that you're blowing this stuff off, and enjoy the results. So stay tuned. I think I've got another review of a sprinkler controller, so we'll talk a little bit about irrigation on the next video. And after that, we'll be doing our lawn leveling project, mostly because we've got lots of rain, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to any sand leveling this next week or even the following week, but maybe I'll get lucky and then we'll get this project started. Anyway, stay tuned, got lots to come. Still in the middle of summer. This is our growing season. Let's make sure that we're taking advantage of the temperatures and make sure that we're taking care of this warmth, especially for this Bermuda. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if I've earned your subscription, and if you want to be notified of future videos, don't forget to hit that bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great week, everybody.